Hello and welcome back to the Moss Rods channel. We're going to be working on the 29 Ford again today, but I wanted to get something out of the way first and foremost. If things are looking a little different right now, that's because I'm shooting this on my phone as opposed to my camera. I went, kind of a long story, but I went down to Los Angeles for the Grand National Roadster show last weekend, and I am starting to think that I left my camera down there. So I'm in the process of trying to track it down. I have a good idea where it is, just struggling with getting a hold of people. But for now, we're going to be trying this whole phone filming thing. I don't think I'm entirely set up to do it well, so we're going to see. Who knows, maybe this actually could work out better, and we'll start shooting like this from then on. At least that way you don't have to hear my weird focusing motor sound on my DSLR. So let's get back into it. So, decent amount of progress on the pickup truck since the last video. I'm still working on the chassis. I have that pretty much done, but just want to show you all a little mock-up right here. And so I guess start off with, I end up 3D printing a nail head that I got on Colts because I wasn't the biggest fan of using the kit one that I was in the last mock-up. It's fine, it's just, it can be better, you know? So, this is a stock nail head that I got, and I'm in the process of designing some parts for it. I designed up some log intakes with a 6-carb setup, but the print that had all the parts on it partially failed, so I don't have the intake, I just have the stock manifold right there. But I also designed up these pipes right here, and they seem to be fitting pretty well. I might angle them down a little more. They are sitting, well, I don't know. They're like pointed right to the hinge, which seems a little off to me. But I don't know. I think they're okay, though. Also, so speaking of Grand National Roadster Show, I had this down there. I initially had planned on having this car done by then, but I'm liking it too much to rush it, and I just had too much to do. So I brought it down basically like this. And I also had my little, Oberhausen ray gun supercharger mocked up on there just for fun. This is, of course, designed for a Ford flathead, if you look at the manifold, but felt like it needed a little something interesting on it, so I do kind of want to supercharge this now, but I don't know. I want to see how it looks with the 6-carb setup. And, yeah, so let's see. You might also be able to see that I have a seat mocked up in there. This is actually a seat that I had planned on using for my 1930 coupe, but never ended up using. So I just threw that in there for fun. I don't know if this is a seat I'll be using, but this is a seat I designed. This is a 1936 Ford sedan front seat that is basically just the metal frame of it that I designed up some custom padding for. This is actually the kind of seat that I want to use on my real-life Roadster. I think this looks kind of cool. It's a easy way to do a bomber-style seat. Ignore the fact that it's got white styrene and an unpainted back. But yeah, so another part that I've been designing, which I'm not fully sold on yet, is I have been working on some roof wood. So that would go right on here. It doesn't fit perfectly, needs a little more adjusting. But yeah, I think it's a little tall in the front. The real wood is pretty tall, but at least comparing it to the kit roof, it's definitely thicker. So I might try to adjust that, or I might see what it looks like if we bring the visor up a little bit and kind of hide the wood that way. But also I'm not fully sure I'm going to be using this roof on it. I guess I could leave it removable and use both. But that is just an idea I had. And now I guess we'll start tearing into it. So, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I will again. These wheels and tires, so the rear tires are from the Model A Roadster kit, the 29, and the fronts are, I don't know, I don't think they're the 29 front tires. I thought I had another set, but they kind of went missing. I can't remember where I pulled these out of, but that's what we're running on the front. And the wheels are 3D printed by myself. They're a 32 style wheel, and they're designed to fit over the 29 Roadster and 30 Coupe front axles and rear axle. So if you're interested, I do sell these wheels on my Cult 3D page, and they're designed to fit the Model A. So I also have Model A style wire wheels and some wide 5 steel wheels. So if you're building one of those Model A kits, not the truck, but the Coupe or the Roadster, and you want some different wheels, I had those on my Cults page. So let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart, and I'll show you what the suspension is looking like. We're not fully done yet. I still need to mess around with the steering. But I have done up a 4-link in the rear. I don't know how realistic it is. I do want to add some little support brackets to make that look a little more realistic. And then I have some tube shocks from the old AMT Dragster parts pack. And I just mounted those to I'm pretty sure those are the kit shock mounts on the top, and then added my own onto the bottom. Or no, those are... Oh, I had to move them slightly out, I think. I did something here, because there's a little bit of a styrene piece right there. So there is something custom there. I just can't remember exactly what I did. And then, ignore that, I had to refit that a little bit. Let's look at the good side. So yeah, I just kind of scratch built some control arms. And then I have the panhard bar. That's a good way of showing that. Connected right here to the bell housing? No. Well, the differential. So that's pretty much it for the rear. And then the front has been the more complicated part. So I think the last time I had messed with this, I just had the upper spring mount. So I think I may have also done the wishbones, but if not, these are the kit wishbones that I split and just added some little styrene tube to the end. This one's not glued on, to kind of give it like a bolt look. So basically replicating real life split wishbones. And then I added some more tube shocks up front, and these are custom brackets that I made for it. I'll see if I can show you what they are. So here's that parts pack that I was telling you about. If we zoom out a little bit. These are these brackets right here. I don't know exactly what they're for, but I took them and I extended them to make them a little bit taller in order to fit the shocks. And then if you look, did I take them off this one? This is where I also got the shocks from. No, that would have been a quick change. Maybe they're mounted here? Am I crazy? Oh no, well, there's one right there. So that's where I got the shocks from. They're actually pretty nice. They're nice, realistic tube shocks. And yeah, I think this is an old AMT Dragster parts pack that Atlantis repopped, I want to say 3 years ago. So I don't think you can get these too easily right now, but I got 2 of these back then and had this one pretty much untouched. So yeah, that's where we're at on the chassis. I do have the steering linkage that I need to figure out. So here's the kit steering linkage. I think the plan is to try and get it to fit in between the spring mount and the radiator. I think there's enough room in here to make that fit and kind of pass through there. I have seen some built where they actually mount the steering linkage out front, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think that looks a little awkward, so they have it mounted like that, and I think that's just too much in front of the axle. So I'm either going to do that, or I'm going to try and just run it down under here somehow. That'll be the next big project. So what else I have to do is, where to put the bed? I need to get going on some of the body work for this bed. As you can see, it's a bit wobbly. I'm in the process of trying to make some sprue goo, and I don't have the right consistency quite yet, so I think I need to add some more sprue to that. So I'm going to use that as a filler to fill in some of these cracks on here. So yeah, so I want to try and get going on that, as well as I also need to notch the bed for the drive shaft. I also need to notch the cab for the drive shaft. So now that I have the engine, I can figure out where the drive shaft's going to go. I also might need to, I don't know, I kind of want to do a smaller oil pan, but I don't really have the room for that. So we might have to mount the engine a little bit higher, and that will also require some engine mounts. So that's what's going to be next, is doing some more fab work, and I should have an update for you soonish. Alright, so I was able to get some good work done, and I have it so that the suspension is pretty much done. So have it mocked up again to kind of show you what the thing's looking like right now. So we'll spin it around to the front, and I'll kind of talk you through that. Here's a look at the front end. I was going to use the kit the kit steering linkage, but ended up building my own. So I found these brackets on that same parts pack tree, and I modified them to fit. And then I just used some styrene rod, or round rod, in order to make the tie rod. I modified the steering linkage on the kit and connected it to, I'll show you that in a second, but that was pretty much all the front end needed, was just the steering all tied together. Then if we come around here to the side and lose the wheels while we're at it, here's a look at the steering, and you'll get a better look once I pull this thing apart, which it's already fallen apart, so I may as well get into that. Alright. So here we are. Disregard the red paint on the bell housing. I was using that just to figure out where the cab was resting on something and couldn't figure it out, so just marked it up with some red paint and tried to find out where, and it turns out it was it was interfering right there. Actually what it turned out is I still had this little trim piece here, and it was kind of sitting on that. I did also have to clearance it a little bit into the into the fuel tank, which I was kind of hoping to just claim that they were using the original tank on this thing, but we'll see. Just because I did have to lift the engine up in order to get it from rubbing the oil pan on the ground. But if we take the engine off, I was able to do the engine mounts. Pretty simple. Here's the transmission mount. Just basically a cross member that sits right behind the transmission cooler right here, transmission fluid pan right there. And then the nailhead seems to have its engine mount or motor mounts kind of right around here. So took the kit mounts and extended them with some styrene and then pushed them forward. And another kind of cool thing, I talk a lot about how nice it is having the ability to do a mock-up engine with this kind of stuff. Well, what's also awesome is when you have another mock-up engine without the headers on it, so you could actually get a good look at where the engine block is sitting. So that was helpful. Actually, it sits a little further back. There we go. So that was helpful. I also have the steering box mounted to the firewall, and then I just have this little pin that slides in, so that's allowing me to take the cab on and off. I also started work on cutting out the clearance for the drive shaft, and I did end up making the drive shaft. I took the 29 Roadster drive shaft and cut it down and ended up making it too short, so then I had to make it again with some tube styrene, so that's why you'll notice there's a little bit of a yellow hue, because that was styrene. And yeah, I didn't do anything on the rear end, still gotta figure out brackets for all that kind of stuff. But yeah, here's that better look at the steering linkage. So this is the same bracket I used on the axle, and I just added some more round styrene to act as bolt holes, or sorry, just bolt heads. And yeah, the steering arm is styrene that was bent. It's a little sketch because I was having trouble with it interfering with the steering rod and the leaf spring on the front. So it is connected right there, and then it kind of swoops down, which you might be able to see, and it would probably interfere with that spring mount in real life, but this is the tidiest I was able to get it. I was originally going over the tie rod, and that just looked way too funky, so we're going with this. Quick jump in here because I forgot to mention something, but I also fabricated these little mounts for the bed. There's one on either side, so it sits on the frame in the front, and then the rear sits on these brackets that are glued to the bed, and then it just sits right there on the frame when you're installing the bed. And that is pretty much it. So that's where we're going to leave it for now. I have a few photos I'll tie on the end here. And speaking of photos, so I had mentioned at the beginning of the video that I am currently missing my camera. I do actually have photos from the Roadster Show's model contest, and I was going to upload a video like I had last year going over all the builds. So if I do manage to track down my camera, I will make sure I upload that video, but it'll be delayed, of course. I'm kind of doing this video right now just so I have a video to go up this week. And, you know, I'm making decent progress on this truck, so I was going to make a video anyways. So hopefully I'll have a Roadster Show video for you guys here soon. And if not, then we'll stick with this phone filming, which let me know. If you guys prefer this, I'm happy to do it. Yeah, so let me know what you guys prefer, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.